Look at us go. Not only are we good at tech, we are amazing with women's health. Hello, Angela Marshall.
Hello.
Jumping in. There you are. I'm so excited to have you tonight join us on day 3 in Boob Camp. Just letting you know, we have had like over 50 people joining us live on Instagram. We've got over 50 people in our Boob Camp group and around 50 people joining us live in Zoom, which I think is a record.
That's pretty good. Welcome,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, I think it's a super duper record because we have got the biggest lymphatic community in Australia and they are all amazing and they all can't wait to learn from you all about women's health and hormones. Uh, you might have missed Monday night. I had a little bit of a tantrum. Who was here on Monday night watching? Did you like my tantrum? I threw a bit of a tantrum. I even took all my clothes off a bit too, Ange. Like
Oh, I'm sorry
I
I missed that.
I had no idea about hot flushes,
Yeah,
fuckers, fuss, like
yes.
far out. I had no idea about how like women have been saying, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh yeah, and then oh fucking yes.
It's a real thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Hands up in Zoom if you've been having hot flushes. Yeah. Who's got out the other side? Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Woo! Oh, Sue Ellen, 5 years. Bleh. No.
Yeah.
Well, Angela's here to save the day. Okay. And
Yes.
should come with a cape. And
Yes, I should.
yes, yes. Or like a fairy godmother
Yes.
little wand as
Yes.
well. So, and I'd love you to introduce yourself. Tell the ladies a little bit about your story from being a massage therapist and then into natural health and now an acupuncturist in Chinese medicine. So, what got you to into the field in the first place and then to progress and to learn more? So, how about we start with that?
Certainly. Thank you, Chelsey. And thank you, everyone, for having me as well. So, my love of acupuncture started at a very young age. I grew up in Byron Bay, and rather than going to the GP, we went to the homeopath or the naturopath or the acupuncturist. Then, going to the real world growing up, I kind of moved away from that and had a corporate career. And then just was led back to it just through my own experience, through having bad periods, having my first babies, and postpartum depression led me to just looking for alternatives that Western medicine couldn't provide for me. So I was introduced at a very young age, but didn't really come into it until I was, a bit older and hitting bad periods and babies and postpartum. So I've been an acupuncturist now for over 10 years. I studied here in Brisbane and have never looked back. I love the way that the Chinese poetically describe what's happening in our body and how it just supports you both mind, body, and spirit. So um, here I am. I have my own little clinic based in Greenslopes in Brisbane, and it's called Womb to World. And we support women through all their stages of health journey and stages of life as well. So,
It's the most beautiful little clinic too, and it's not little, but it's beautiful. You walk in and Ange gave me a treatment last week, and I always whenever I'm hopping on your table, I always completely chill out, even though you've popped needles all in the right places. It amazes me how you can feel my pulse and then you can know where the body is. It lacking something? Is that what you're doing? You're increasing something? What's the theory behind that?
so, in our body, we have over 365 known acupressure points. So they're like a little light bulb. And then we have 12 main meridians that circle through our body. So, coming back to the poetry of the way Taoists speak, we have our kidney and bladder that are paired, and then we have our heart and our small intestine paired. And so they're all linked in this beautiful circuitry system. So, when I feel your pulse, I'm looking for what it's telling me. So very different from how a nurse or a doctor would feel your pulse, but feeling the speed, the depth, how, what's actually going on, because our body never lies. It always tells us what we need to know. We just need to listen. Often we're too busy living life that we forget what our body needs. We need good sleep, we need sunshine, we need water. So it's just looking at where you are deficient, but sometimes the body hot flushes can be sometimes viewed as an empty heat. So there's heat in the body, but it's the reason you're flushing with hot flushes is there's nothing substantial to hold and weigh it down. So we look at whether it's deficient or excess, or and then we work out what the treatment principle is from there as well. So it's really interesting how we view in a very observational way. So this medicine was created 5,000 years ago, before medicine as such. And so they did it through observation. So we really observe what's happening in the body.
And you do it quite fast, and
Yes.
you do it faster than we know ourselves, don't we? Don't
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
crazy how, like, and the same with me. I can have somebody come to me and I can say to them, "Oh, have you been eating gluten when you shouldn't?" And they're like, "How do you know?" By looking at me, and
Yeah.
how you can just tell. And
Yeah.
how cool would it be if we could look in the mirror at ourselves
Yeah.
and like, what is our body trying to tell us? Like, that's a
Yes.
question that we ask women when they're joining into boob camp. Like, what is your body trying to tell you?
Yeah.
Uh, and I think it's like emotions. Unfortunately, when people said, like, how are you? You're
Yeah.
good, bad, sad, angry, you know, happy. Like, there's only a limited amount of words that we use to explain ourselves now,
Yes.
when there should be a lot more words and to understand our bodies and the symptoms and everything that it's trying to, you know, to
Tell
say.
you. Yeah.
What are the main things? Like, everyone in Zoom, like, what's your body telling you? What's something maybe you didn't think that that was staring you right in the face, and you just didn't realize that's what it was? So type it in the comments, and Ange and I will talk about what are the common signs that we miss, what the body's trying to tell us. Ange?
Well, depending where you are in your stage of life, because women are very seasonal. So if you look at a young girl, where she's sitting and her problems will be very different to a woman who's trying to have babies, as opposed to where I'm at, perimenopause, not into menopause yet, and then the older woman who's passed in. So there's seasons and there's often reasons why we're experiencing some signs and symptoms. So if I speak for myself in my age bracket, I will be 50 next year.
Two.
1976 model.
Me too.
So my body has kind of finished having babies, and I'm now got a little bit more time on my hands, but for some reason I can't sleep. My digestion is a bit more sluggish than it used to be. The weight that used to drop off like this now is kind of really sticking to me.
And
So
where's it
what's
sticking? Where's it
yeah,
sticking?
yeah, right
Right
through the
here.
podge. Yeah, yeah. So
Yes.
that's telling, like, if I feel into my body, and we know this scientifically, that my hormones are decreasing. So, as opposed to a young girl going through puberty, I'm going through my second spring, my second puberty, and there's a decline rather than an incline of hormones that happens in this season. So, we need hormones for our brain, but also through all other areas of our body. So, really looking at what that's telling me, I do need to sleep more. Like, I can't party all night. I'm an 8:30 to bed type of girl. I need to focus on my nutrition and eat well, so I toilet well, and drink so I'm flushing out the stagnant energy. And I need to move my body, but I also need to get a handle on my stress, because my stresses are so much more: mortgage, expensive kids, all of those things. I'm in a very different era than I was, say, in my reproductive years. So that's what my body's telling me. So I can see people are having, you know, one
Yes. Oh
beautiful
my God.
lady.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything she just said. Yes. Rashes and itchy. So that's
Yeah.
histamine responses.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah. So all of those things, and is half of it having to admit that we might be, I don't want to say getting old, but like that we want to
Where, yeah.
keep lying to ourselves, or maybe telling ourselves a story that we can keep on abusing our bodies as much as we did when we are younger, because
Well, I
we
think, yeah, sorry to cut you off. I think it's more honoring we're coming into these beautiful, wise years. We've got all these knowledge. Like, I don't know about you, but my brain's completely different to wasn't when I was 20. I'm far more patient and rational now as I was opposed to earlier. It's just honoring where I'm at. Like, I'm tired, or I don't have as much energy as I used to. I can't burn the oil like at that
handle
same
both
handle
ends.
at both ends. So it's honoring where you're at and just slowing down. We don't need to conquer the world. We are still superwoman, but just doing it at a slower, more leisurely pace. I like being gentle with myself.
Yeah. Who finds that hard to hear? Who finds that a little hard to hear, to love yourself and to be gentle with yourself? And would that cause some disruption in your family life? Like how could that happen? Put your hand up if that's easy to do.
Oh, I'm putting my hand down.
That's easy to do. Yep,
Yeah,
Catherine, Joy.
good.
Yes, beautiful. Put your hand up if that's would be hard to do.
Oh, I'm going to put my hand up.
Yeah, yeah. Because, you have that conversation with yourself a lot about, okay, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm excited to do that. And I'm off all over the countryside and traveling, doing like all of the things. And people say to me, oh, you must be buggered. You must be tired. You must be whatever. And no, like I'm still zooming, but not now that I'm up, waking up, with these hot flushes.
Yeah, it's
Um,
not funny, but yes,
Yeah,
your
so
experience. Yeah,
being gentle. Yeah, being
yes,
gentle. That might be my new word for the
yes.
last half of the year.
Yeah, be gentle with yourself and
Yeah.
slow, you know. Um,
I can't. I can't do slow. It's impossible for Chelsey.
we'll set the challenge for you, shall we?
I'll agree to gentle.
Gentle, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So some of the things that we're going to run through tonight is the cycle connection. Is a woman's menstrual cycle a reflection of her overall health? And then how well she goes through menopause, is that also a sign of the overall woman's health?
Yes, but menopause is a symptom of how we've actually been looking after ourselves. There are some women who just completely breeze through menopause, but they've also taken really good care of themselves. The ones that are struggling, and like hand on heart, I'm struggling with it a little bit as well. Probably more the weight gain, and trying to get a handle on that, because previously, as I said, I could easily exercise and it would drop off. But now my hormones are declining. I'm finding that it's not dropping off, and I need to change the way that I'm doing it. Whereas previously I would have done cardio, now I'm doing strength exercise to build that muscle and to get some testosterone back into my body. Women need that. It's not just a male hormone. So, yeah.
And then that brings in the stress side of things, doesn't it, Ange?
Yes, stress is huge. The way it impacts the brain, it actually, so even the decline of hormones puts stress on your brain, but having stress of, relationships, work, grocery shopping, finding a car park, that really impacts our everyday health and our gut health as well, because we get nervous and anxious, and then that slows down our metabolism because our body's trying to keep us alive and support us. It robs from one area to give to the other area. It's beautiful at adapting and helping us and supporting us, but something has to give.
Yeah, and I think have a listen, everybody. Go back into boot camp and have a listen to Amber's little video that she did tonight, because she speaks about how using the lymphatic system, using the brush and how and brushes and detoxifying your body is working your overall system. So then your system has more time for other things, to go and heal other areas of your body, and to put time into hormones, put time into liver, put time into other things, if you are helping your lymphatic system flush out all of the garbage.
Yeah. So when we bring in Chinese medicine to this, and it's again, I'll go back to the poetic way that they describe it, is that we take breath into our lungs. So really, I don't know how many of you shallow breathe. I know I can catch myself like having to gasp for air, but really breathing deep into our abdomen and down, we call it in Chinese medicine our dantian. So the area below our belly button can actually help bring and regulate the nervous system. It can help move lymph as well. So 3 really big deep breaths deep into your belly can help. So the lungs in Chinese medicine are so important. Then the nourishment we're putting into our body with the type of food that we're eating, trying to eat wholesome food. I'm on the massive protein bender at the moment that we must eat protein. It's the foundation of life. So we're taking in nourishment into our spleen and stomach, and then together the air and the food make a type of energy that's moved through our body via our liver, and then the power source behind everything are our kidneys. Now, I saw one of the other messages that a wonderful woman's waking up every night between 1 and 3. That is the liver hours in Chinese medicine clock. So if you're waking at that time, it's like your liver is screaming to say, listen to me. I want you to, pay attention. We often wake feeling a little bit frustrated with life and worrying. The lungs, which are associated with worry, are 3 to 5. So 1 to 3 liver, 3 to 5 lungs. So if you're waking at those times, you can sort of pinpoint whether you're frustrated and angry or pensive and worried. And so emotions are tied very much into Chinese medicine as well. So how do we treat that? How do we move that? I love good breathing. I love singing to move the liver energy because it's going to massage your organs as you sing a good, you're probably my right age bracket, but I can say Meatloaf, right? You can do
Yes.
the theatrical songs or Celine Dion, those big power ballads where you're opening your chest and mimicking being on stage. That helps move your lung energy. A simple cure is some beautiful lemon in water first thing in the morning is amazing to support your liver. Lungs, again, to support those, we want to just opening up this area. The first bit with the gloves in the morning is brilliant to just tap and open this area. It's really good to help the areas that if you're waking at that time, but also grief and pensiveness. Journaling is really good to get those thoughts out of your head and onto paper. So there's a tie-in with Chinese medicine of how the organs work and how it can be affecting your sleep if you're waking at that time.
Yeah. So liver is massive, isn't it?
It's
In
huge.
in everything.
Yeah.
It's the processing of hormones and the liver.
Yeah.
It's really big. I think everybody needs to support their liver. Have you
Yeah.
like everybody? It's isn't it? So from the estrogens and all the toxins and like all of those things, like liver support has to be, all of the time.
Yes, definitely.
Mm.
So there's a few other questions popping up about sleep there. So waking every hour on the hour when you're going to sleep, that's going to not necessarily be one particular organ. We're going to go into cortisols, right? And how stress is impacting you and your circadian rhythm. So in Chinese philosophy, we call it following the way, the Taoist philosophy, where you go to bed when the sun sets and you wake when the sun rises. In this modern world, we often don't do that. So it's looking at what sort of things are impacting your life that are causing you lots of stress, and probably seeing someone who can support you. Reducing your cortisols
Mhm.
is a good way to start. Waking every hour on the hour is not necessarily a hormonal related thing. It sounds a little bit more like in-depth and more individualized for you. The lemon water, I prefer it in warm water, not cold. Chinese medicine are very superstitious about what you're putting in your body. So everything is either room temperature or hotter, including, we're in winter now. I hope no one is eating salads, but salads must be hot. So if you look at the way the Chinese or Asian people eat, we pour hot water or we put roasted beetroot, sweet potato on it so it warms it up. Even throwing a bit of ginger and turmeric can actually heat up a salad. But in this weather, we should be eating beautiful stews and risottos, not salads. It's
Yeah.
too hard on the
Well,
tummy.
I don't even really feel like a salad in winter.
No, you shouldn't.
Mm.
And no chewing ice or ice cream. Ice cream's good, but you've got to let it go to room temperature before you eat it.
So whip it.
So
Whip
who
it.
does that? Yeah, who
Whip
does
it
that?
first.
Yeah.
All right. So the next question I've got is a lot of the time, the first step that we do when we're not feeling right, we wait for a little bit and then we'll end up going to the GP. And we normally don't go at the first sign of something being a little bit out of whack. We wait till we've got like 4 or 5 different things being out of whack, don't we?
Yeah, we
And then
do.
we turn up to the GP
With our
and then
list.
with our list, and we've got what,
Yeah.
7 minutes.
Yes, under. And I think now the average time a GP can spend with you is like a maximum 4 minutes. And so again, just coming to my age bracket, he'll just prescribe me antidepressants. You're depressed. This will go away if you just take a tablet. Now, please forgive me. We're so much more complex than that. There is so much more going on for women. You know, we're not sleeping, we're not pooing, we've got relationship hassles, we're stressed to the eyeballs. A pill is not going to fix that. You really want to address what's going on. So in Chinese medicine, if you were to have a consultation with me, I'm diving in, I'm asking you, how many hours of sleep are you having? Do you feel refreshed? Are you feeling tired at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and craving sugar? Tell me about your sleep. Are you dreaming? Digestion. Are you pooing at least once a day, ideally 2 to 3 times a day after eating a meal? How much water are you having? Now, not my question is not how are you, it is what does stress mean to you? What is keeping you awake at night, if anything? Like there's so much more to us than here. I think you sound depressed here. Here's a tablet. Starting at the very beginning, I love to do blood work, or even better still, a hair analysis test. Let's find out the foods that you're reacting to. Let's find out what's going on for you, because not everyone is the same, but let's see what's going on, because we are just big balls of chemistry as humans. We're all made up of different nutrients, and we need to make sure our nutrients are where they need to be. Often we're in winter. Everyone is vitamin D deficient because we're not going in the sun, right? So we've got to
Oh,
find, yeah,
the big bugbear, massive big bugbear of
yeah,
mine. And I'm loving that it's now coming out on mainstream a little bit about how bad sunscreens are and
yeah,
how much we need the sun. So thank God, Normanie's old slip, slop, slap, or whoever it was,
yeah,
is now gone.
yeah.
And we're finally, it's going to be like smoking. They're going to come out and say, oh, well, actually, yeah, the sun is good for you, and we've been poisoning you with the sunscreens, and it's the sunscreens that's causing the cancers, not the sun. Like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to smile and nod and say yes.
Yes.
Everyone needs sun. Um, my beautiful Nan was alive when I had my babies, and she told me with the first baby to go out and sit in the sun between 8 and 10 every morning with my boobs out so I could get the sun on and the baby no nappy so they could get that dappled light sunlight. We're basically indoor plants, everyone. We need water, we need sunshine and kind words.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Less chemicals, less toxins,
Yeah.
more connection, not putting your health into the hands of someone that you just get to spend 4 minutes with.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of questions that we've got coming through. Um, Oh, cold. Okay, you've done that one. I was doing that and started using the mantra softly when I woke. And I said it was safe, I was loved, I can sleep, and it eased off. That's beautiful, Joy. And look, and Joy, and your name is
Yes.
Joy. Like,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Everyone needs a bit of joy in their life, right?
Yeah. And so that's what Louise Hay says the disconnection from the lymphatic system, sorry, troubles with the lymphatic system is a disconnection from joy. Yeah, so we all just need to go to Joy's house and she's going to teach us all how to calm and be soft with ourselves. Or come into boob camp and teach us joy, please. All right. Jump into boob camp and go softly. Chelsey, you can be my little soft girl to come in and give me a little bit of a reminder. Linda, I'm one of those weird ones that loves salads at any time of the year. Um, can you just explain that a little bit more, please, Ange?
So salads, they're cold in nature. So our stomach needs warmth to break food down. So you can still eat salads if you choose to, but in winter, I would kindly suggest that you heat them up with a bit of warming foods, like throwing a bit of protein on it that's hot. So it wilts the lettuce and its temperature hot is going into the tummy, or even beautiful roasted beetroot, sweet potato. So there's warmth in there with a little bit of ginger and turmeric that will help your digestion fire up to break down the cold nature of the food that you're putting into your tummy. Um, in Chinese medicine, we need warmth. It's a fire that breaks the food down. So um, it's just eating in the seasons, really, eating what is available, not what we are exposed to in the supermarkets. Coming back to that Taoist philosophy of trying to stay in in season and in flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Do you think sometimes people don't even know what we're stressed about? Yeah, because we're just so used to being stressed,
Mhm.
and
We're
that just
used to
becomes
being
normal.
busy, busy.
I'm
Stress
busy.
gonna be busy.
Yeah. And like busy doing what and getting to what. And,
Yes.
yes, I've always got time. Like people say to me, "Oh, you're so busy." No, I've always got time. So that's one of my mantras. I've always got time. All of this health should not cost us so much money. Connecting to the earth, drinking water, getting out in the sunshine, like all of those things are free. Maria, definitely. But we've got ourselves to the point now that we do need to pay health professionals if we've let ourselves go. Yeah?
Yeah. Well, Chelsea, you come to me, right? And I
Yeah.
I see Pam as a naturopath. Like everyone has to have someone to help. Uh, if we do it ourselves, we're very quick to sort of perhaps self-manage and sort of self-critique. Whereas if you have someone where you have to be honest to and be accountable, that is a really positive thing for us,
Hmm.
you know. Because you can tell
Definitely.
yourself your own story, but you've got to be held accountable, and holding someone to that is a really a beneficial thing because then you can bounce off and check in, and women heal by talking. We solve problems as we're sharing and communicating. It's what we do. It's the way we're designed. So it's nice to have someone to share the load with, you know?
Mm. I think everybody getting stuck in their own story is going to be quite tragic and terrible because it's a lot worse now that we have social media and that our phones listen to the conversation that we're having. And so if we are on a negative tangent or if we are talking about something, that's what our phone is going to show us pictures of and advertisements for. And that's will become our world is what our phone is showing us. And it makes it real. Like Christy was telling me today that there's a mum at school who she drops her child off and goes home and then scrolls. All she does all day is scroll until she picks up her child again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. and that is 4 days out of 5 of the school day. And this is what's happening. Everyone is getting lost in their world, and then your phone reinforces the story that you're telling yourself. And that's why it's great to have good friends, but also to have great professional health advice from people who will say, hang on, that's not real. Like
Yeah.
the story you're telling yourself might be getting you to that point, but what if it was this? And but I'm finding that people are so stuck in their world that you tell them even you've got to drink water, or you tell them to hop out in the sun or vitamin D, and it's like you are what? Like like you're talking another language.
Yeah. So that's 2 points there, though. But the way humans evolve and change is being challenged, right? Being given a different point of view. And I think with social media, we're just seeing one viewpoint, which is what you've raised, right? We're not going to expand. We're not going to learn anything. So by being challenged, it gives us an area to grow and to see beyond our own lens. So I
Yes.
think that's a beautiful point that you're making, that, having someone to talk to through things that is a professional in a professional field is going to help you learn more. And I don't know exactly what the saying is, but one of the best medicines is sunshine and getting out in nature, right?
Yes. Yeah. Connecting, hugging a tree, like breathing the fresh air. Yeah, definitely. So universe, I love challenges, but give them to me in the most loving way that
Yeah,
are fun,
in a soft way.
a nice, soft way. I do
Yeah,
not need any challenges that are negative or hard. Just bring me them in a fun way, and I'm happy to talk through them.
yeah.
Okay. So Tracy said, should we have cold drinks? Only in summer. You can have a beer in summer, Trace. No.
Look, there's no hard and fast rule. Do everything that you need to, but I find when I drink a cold drink, it doesn't quench my thirst, whereas tepid or hotter will quench my thirst. So from a Chinese medical viewpoint, we always say room temperature or hotter, even
Yeah.
in summer.
Yeah. Okay. Shirley on Facebook, absolutely. Tap your chest, rub your body and bounce. You can't get much cheaper than that. Yeah. And
Yes,
it comes with a good dose of laughter.
it
How
does.
fun, how healthy is laughing?
So good.
Yeah. Digestive enzymes in a powder form struggle with tablets. So digestive, what brand? I don't even know if I have had any powder forms of digestive enzymes because they have
If
to
it
get
is a yeah. I think if it's a capsule, you can break them up. We'd have to research and come back with an answer for that one. I'm sorry, I don't know off the top of my head for digestive enzymes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Oh, Tracy's a non-alcoholic. Yes. It's interesting. As I've gotten older, I prefer warm drinks and always had them freezing before. Isn't it funny how we change?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
that is so cool. That we do. So, is there anything that you wanted to really get across to the ladies tonight about acupuncture, hormones, or but just in general, what you're seeing at the moment in your clinic? 'Cause I know that you've seen like you've there's some scary stories to tell, but is there
Mhm.
anything that you're seeing that you could give the ladies some practical tips that they can do?
Yes, definitely. So coming back to the breath. So when we're very stressed and stuck, we feel that we this is why we're using the gloves, because it helps move the lymph, right?
Mhm.
What Chinese medicine can do is support the other systems in the body to get things moving. And we can just use acupressure. You don't even need to see your own acupuncturist. There are some points that you can use to help boost your immune system, to help your digestive system. So these are all the functions. So the lungs, So everyone knows this point on your hand, right? It's called large intestine. Sorry, come to your thumb and your forefinger. It's the one they talk about for headaches. It's called large
Yeah.
intestine 4. But this is on the lung channel, and it can actually help your immune system. Yep, that's right. Nice big squeeze. And then if you come up to your elbow, on the edge of your elbow, on the inner, where the line crease finishes, this is large intestine 11. So the
We
lung
can't
and
see
large,
your arm yet. We can't
oh,
see your arm.
sorry, look.
There.
Oh, my
Yes.
beautiful arm. So this is my elbow. When I fold it over, there's a line here. Yeah, there.
Yes.
Yeah. So large intestine is linked to the lung channel, which helps support your immune system. So just pressing these on both sides of your arm can help support your lungs to help support your immune system. Now, if everyone has a look at your knee, and I'm not going to be able to show you this without flashing the whole entire universe, but if you just bring your beautiful knee up or stand up. So, yeah, right. Opposite hand to opposite knee. So your left hand on your right knee. Oh, maybe I can show you. Can
Yeah.
I? Yeah. And on the outer part, just underneath your knee on the, can everyone see? So this is my knee and here, and then there's a little point. Yeah. And it's often sore on women. Yeah.
Yes.
That is called stomach 36. Now
The
that can
spongy
help.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that can help your digestion. So that can help you toilet. It can help also give you a big boost of energy. So using small intestine 36 can help you toilet. Then on the inside of your leg, it's called spleen 6. It's often the matching point. It helps you with fluid retention on your knee. So there's acupressure that you can do to help move your body, to help after doing your gloves. If there's still a bit of stuck energy, you can support your immune system and your stomach and digestion by helping move through. So there's some
How long
acupressure.
for? How long do we hold them for?
Just pulsing it 3 times down. So just
Oh,
1, 2, 3, and the skin will go. See how my skin's going nice and white as I press. And then on your elbow, when your arm is folded and you press down at the end of that crease, fold it.
great.
Yeah, can you see? And then you're pressing 1, 2, 3. That can be enough to activate your system because your skin is your largest organ, and just even by pressing it, it's going to activate the brain to make change in your body.
So both arms?
Yeah, bilateral. Oh, yes, I'm going to say yes. But so acupressure can help move your body. So lymph doesn't have its own pump system, but we can use acupressure to help that system pump through as well, to help regulate your hormones as well. There's some points that you can press. Did that
Beautiful.
answer your question?
Yeah, so that's beautiful, practical tips that we can do.
Yes.
I feel better already.
Yeah, good.
So a question, Kerry, HRT.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So often we can be misdiagnosed with what's going on with our bodies. So as an integrated acupuncturist, or if you see a naturopath, we do look at your hormones and we want to see where they're at. So primarily women have always been known to have in the first part of our cycle, we have FSH. So that's one that, when we're approaching menopause is really high. And they'll say, potentially, you've got this going on, let's balance it out. And then the second part of your cycle, you have progesterone. There's lots of research now that, previously they've frightened us by having estrogen, saying that it would get breast cancer. We shouldn't be having estrogen. We need both. And we need, as I mentioned earlier, we need testosterone. So there's no one easy fix answer. what we need to do is look at you as an individual case, particularly in complementary medicine, as opposed to what they would recommend in Western medicine. Does that answer the question?
Yeah, it's not as simple as just a HRT pill.
Yeah.
Like here's a pill. Please look at all of the other things. Look at your
Yes.
stress, look at your vitamin D, look at your
Yeah.
lymphatic system because if your lymphatic system isn't working, it's like sending a text message and your hormones are the text message. But if your lymphatic system isn't helping moving it around, like you've got to get the network moving if
Yes.
if that makes sense to move your
Definitely.
hormones around.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Because
please,
yeah.
yeah, please try all of the natural things first. And then, Ange, do you do the Dutch test?
Yes, we can order those as a part of a treatment process. And what I love about the Dutch test, it without getting too complex, rather than just looking for that main estrogen, it actually looks at there's three estrogens that a woman should have it, and it looks at all of them, not just the umbrella. And it also tells you about your gut health. It's really involved, and then we can customize what you need rather than just a blanket pill for you or any
Absolutely.
woman. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, I would recommend the Dutch test to everyone. That's how I decided to have my hysterectomy because the fibroids that I had, the estrogens that I had were all from plastics. And there was no way that going through menopause and then losing like my estrogen levels going down, those plastics weren't going to go anywhere. So it is really good to do some investigations and
yeah,
find out exactly, hey,
yeah.
yeah.
Because we're more
Um,
complex, you know.
we are more complex than just a script that the doctor's going to get a payback for, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, okay. So as we go through life, like everybody here, like just we're quite mature.
yeah,
We found it was easier to have babies
yes,
in our time because we didn't have as much pollution, much toxins, as much stress, as much everything.
yeah.
Nowadays, I read a thing couple of days ago that now when they're doing IVF, they're putting in the woman's egg and then the sperm, but they're also
Mm.
putting in another woman's egg. So if there is issues with with the actual mother, you can pull some stuff from the other woman's egg and then make a healthier baby and stuff like this is getting
Frankenstein. Mm.
yes.
Yeah,
And we're all supposed to be okay with this. And the sperm count's getting down to zero
yeah.
for men.
Mm.
Um, is anybody else a little bit scared of what we're seeing of for our kids and our grandkids? Yeah, it's it's
Mm.
pretty shocking what's
Yeah.
um what's happening out there. Yeah, so you can help naturally, can't you, Ange, with fertility?
Yes, definitely. So if you are, or even if you have a daughter that's going through infertility issues, we start back at the premise that we want to work with them 3 months before they even start trying to conceive, because on that, going back to the cellular health, that from a development of a cell in reproduction to what you ovulate takes 3 months for it to develop. So again, we're looking at nutritional value. We're looking at how they sleep, what they eat, how hydrated they are, how they're toileting, and work with them on how they can make lifestyle changes to be a better version of themselves. And we like to work with both male and female because, as Chelsey pointed out, sperm statistics are deteriorating quite badly. So it takes two to make a baby. Even in a same-sex relationship, we still need sperm, but often we can't work on them. But this is what we're facing in this modern world now. So for fertility issues, we like 3 months, ideally 6 months, to help them turn around. And even sometimes for women who are going through menopause, we do need that give us that 3 month grace, because the old version of you has to die off when the new one's being created with all the new nutrients that you've put into your body and how you're changing your stress and improving on your sleep.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful way to put it. It's just like, yeah, as you're letting go of the old, you know,
Yeah.
developing the new.
Yeah.
Yeah, give that time.
Mm.
Yeah. A question from Linda. Can you still check hormones if you've had a marina for 20 years?
So the marina that is placed inside of woman is made and manufactured from a female horse, a mare, who's um, feeding her foal. And that's what's regulating it overrides your natural hormones. So the answer is no, we cannot test if you have a marina in, because it's not human hormones, number one. Um, and the whole idea of marinas is to actually stop you from from falling pregnant, but it actually is putting progesterone into your body. So no, we can't test hormones if you have a marina in.
And that's what is it, pro-marin, right? And that's the mare word again.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, Maria, yep. Do hormones still play a part in your body if you're over 70? I was told there's no need to check them, and they are irrelevant. From Sally, Mrs. Reed.
Yeah. So at 70, you're still going to be producing some level of hormones, but it's going to be like approximately, say, 15 to 20 years where you haven't bled. So no, essentially, we're not going to test hormones, but what we want to do is check your cellular health. So, looking at your blood work, hair analysis if you're having any food problems. But it's been such a long time where hormones have, they're going to be very greatly reduced as opposed to a woman who's at 50. Unless you're getting weird signs and symptoms, like doing testing for progesterone is going to be irrelevant. But definitely, if you're having any reactions in your body, looking at what's happening nutritionally. So, again, making sure that you have enough vitamin D, zinc, those essential nutrients for healthy living, but not estrogen or progesterone so much.
So, Ange, one of the big things that happens to women, they might have stopped getting their period for a year or 6 months, a year, 18
Yeah.
months, and then they start using the gloves and
And lo and behold, she comes back.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Why would that?
Because we've moved the stagnant energy and moved hormones, right? And moved stuff. So essentially, you want to try and keep menstruating for as long as you can. And so that's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that your system was really suppressed. And now, with moving that lymph, it's moved the hormones and moved the congestion, that there's just a little bit more life left in the old girl, so to
It's
speak.
making you younger.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
It's so good for your brain to still be cycling.
Yeah. So then, like for those of us who have had a hysterectomy, like it was amazing. It was the best thing for me because my cycle was shocking and all of the
Yeah.
fibroids and all of the everything else. Like I love not having a period. Like is
Yeah.
like my I've
I
got
think
feel
every
like I've got
woman
my
dreams
life
for
back.
that. Yes.
Yeah. But what if I've kept my ovaries? I've still
Yeah.
got my ovaries. So what have I set myself up for? Is there any negative health things that is there anything that I should be looking at prioritizing because I have had a hysterectomy at 46,
Yes.
47?
Well, I think you and I got together after the hysterectomy and you had a fertility womb massage. So just
Yes.
because energetically, so she's been removed, but energetically she's still in place. And we need to kind of fill in that gap as well and make sure that your other organs are in the correct position and that you still have that connection with the uterus. Um, So you've still got your fallopian tubes and you still have your ovaries. They're still producing hormones. Um, so we need to make sure that they're in balance. So again, I would be advising you again having hot flushes that we should probably retest, see what your nutrient levels are doing with the blood test, perhaps even another Dutch test to make sure that those girls are not overproducing estrogen again. Um, so there's a couple of things that we want to do. We need to make sure that you're sleeping well, you're eating well, you're toileting well, but also the food that you're eating is wholesome and nutritious. So we check that with bloods, beautiful self-care. We know that you're using the gloves. Um, and then checking in on those hard questions like how is stress affecting you? How are you managing your stress? That's what's going to set you up for trying to resolve this little current hiccup that you're experiencing.
So, because I have had a lot of estrogen, like you see, I've got an estrogen body, I've got the brown marks, like
Mhm.
liverish, like that type of thing. Now that
Yeah,
I've had my uterus removed, does that
yeah.
mean that it's going to want to dump the plastics and whatever somewhere else in my body, even?
So the uterus is a self-cleansing organ. It's one, what they call it, it's a very precarious organ. So it holds blood, but it also releases blood. And that's one way that we detox. The liver is supportive in that. So without disclosing too much of your health issue, we need to really support your liver. And you mentioned it before. We've got to love your liver and make sure that it's detoxing as best it can. Um, so we have to look at those pathways of how you're detoxing.
Yeah, yeah. Always. It's always shown up for me. Always liver, liver, liver.
Yeah.
I'll just keep on loving my liver. Um,
Yes.
Okay, I have to leave. Okay, thank you. Listening from Ireland, yay. Um, Folic acid is synthetic and does damage in large doses. Women need to know this. Yes.
Yes. So um, we love folinic acid. It's our friend. It is something that's bioready available to our body, but also reading labels to make sure that the toxic load of folic acid is not, because they're putting it in food now, right? You have to read the label and know what it's in. It's in our cereal, it's in if you eat bread. So, yes, folic acid is synthetic and is bad for us. We cannot absorb it. Yeah.
Just why? And it probably gets 5 stars review with our for how
Yeah.
much zinc should we be having? Um, and the holes. Oh, okay. So last night, I was talking about autoimmune and
Yeah.
how zinc helps strengthen the lining of your blood vessels and the lining of your gut. But zinc
Yes.
also, you don't want to go on it for like I go on it for 3 months and
Yeah.
have a good dose of zinc. Yeah.
Yeah. But also to remember it's a compounded form and we need to make sure that we're having the right type of zinc that's absorbed. So I like pitcholate. Is that how you
Yeah.
say it? Yeah,
Picolate. Yes. Yeah.
picolate. Thank you. So making sure you're getting the right compound of zinc
With
as
vitamin
well.
C as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
With vitamin C.
yeah.
Um, Nick, an ablation. Somebody's just written an ablation.
Yeah, so that can actually, so if a woman is having non-stop bleeding and it's kind of the step before a hysterectomy where they ablate your uterus. And that's where they laser it so it doesn't actually bleed. That can be very successful for women if for whatever reason they can't have a hysterectomy or they're not wanting to just yet. It's an alternative to a hysterectomy, and it does work in reducing the amount of bleeding. If not, it can stop it entirely. Just individual case on what's happening in the woman's uterus.
There's so much for us girls to know, isn't there?
Yes.
Right. Honestly, we do go through we go through a lot. And this is Boob Camp is a place where you can ask the questions. Like even if you think, oh my God, like I don't want to ask that, ask it as an anonymous, and I can never say that word,
Anonymous.
an anonymous member. So don't think that
Yes.
you can't ask, because
Yeah.
there's no silly questions.
And remember,
Um,
we're expanding ourselves and learning by being challenged.
yes. Yeah, Amanda said that her period came back for 5 weeks. I got my period back again after I started using the gloves for 5 weeks. Yes. Oh, okay, using gloves for 5 weeks. Yep. Okay. Uterine prolapse. Does TCM help?
So interestingly, again, I can't say it can fix it, but what it can do is help it. So when it's prolapsing, if you think of the energy of the body is sinking, so we can use work to help raise it is the right word. Um, but you can never go past having a really good female physio that does internal work.
Uh-huh.
So yes, acupuncture can help, but also a good female physio that works on
I'm
pelvic floors.
I'm getting on a plane on Friday for the day. I'm flying down to Sydney to see mine.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to have a session with her. I'm taking Sujana from Recovery Rehab. She's a physio. She does all of the Chelsey G lymphatics, massage as well. The best. She's so good. So I'm flying. There's five of us. I'm flying my staff down for all of us to have a session with Sujana, and then flying back again. So when
Brilliant.
you find somebody that's, yeah, she's got the
Yeah.
the chairs now, the chairs that you can sit on as well.
To tighten everything.
Tighten.
I
I'll
think
make
you need
videos.
your own personal acupuncturist to come down for that chair
Will you
sitting.
come with me next time, Ange? Yeah,
Yeah. So pelvic floor physios are worth their weight in gold. But yes, Chinese medicine can help, but we're looking at a holistic approach, not purely at that area.
yeah, okay. Had my get your questions in if you want us to answer, because we've just got a couple of minutes left. Had my hysterectomy at 31. Still had my ovaries, and now I'm 59. I've missed the boat, so to speak. I eat well, not a fan of fast foods, eat very healthy, but do like cold things. I have 3 liver biopsies, and they still can't pinpoint what the issue is. I said, no more. My levels can be 1400. Last test 2 weeks ago, it was 749. I'm not yellow, only my eyes can be yellow infrequently, but never feel ill from it. So that's Tracy.
Yeah.
Yes, Trace. So there's a lot going on there, hey?
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably a private conversation just to ask
Yeah.
some in-depth questions and to um, just find out what's going on for you individually.
I just had my
Yeah.
gallbladder about 10 days ago as well.
Oh, yeah.
Please make sure you take digestive enzymes forever for the rest of your life,
Yeah.
is one thing that we can share to say. Um, Certain strength of zinc. It is good to do some testing to see whether you can do a zinc test that um
The
the
zinc tally. Yeah.
the zinc tally test.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the picolate, the zinc picolate, and the zinc with the C.
Yeah.
And have zinc after food, or else it'll make you feel sick.
Yeah.
You have to have
And
a
you
full
get burny ears. I get my ears burn. Yeah, got that
Joy.
on
So
top.
she had a hysterectomy 10 years ago to fibroids.
Hmm.
What can I do to help my liver? So with liver, you've got phase 1 and phase 2 support. So is it phase 1 is just all the natural environmental things, and then phase 2 is that the all of the pharmaceuticals and the drugs and chemicals? Is that how it works, Ange? Is that phase 1 or phase 2?
So you mean the way our body works? Say that again. So you're looking at how everything goes through, how we're detoxifying through the liver.
Yeah. So I know that there's 2 phases. So
Phases.
there is like some supplements that would help more for phase 1, that helps more of
Yes.
the natural phase and the hormones and things. And then
Yes.
the phase 2 is when you
Two.
use like the N-acetylcysteine, like NAC. If
Yes.
anyone doesn't have NAC, please get NAC.
Yeah.
NAC, N-acetylcysteine. And what, Wendy, I need to tell you about N-acetylcysteine, because what could be happening with you is you could have a lot of biofilms in your gut, and then all of the treatments that you're doing to kill the candida and kill the parasites can't get through the biofilms. So have a look into biofilms and N-acetylcysteine. So N-acetyl, like N-acetylcysteine, will help break down that biofilm. So then you can get to the bastards. You can get to the candida and the parasites and stuff. So Angela, I'll let you talk now.
Yes. And so, sorry, just a standard blood test at looking at your liver function can tell us so much as well about what things are actually happening. So I like to look at bloods before I prescribe anything to make sure it's marrying up what pathway we're using, because there's other couple of things that we need to look at if you are having big problems with your liver and how you're detoxifying and what's happening through there.
Mm.
Someone said apple cider vinegar is excellent for the liver as well. I prefer people to take that in the morning to help with digestion, as well, to get the stomach acids increased. And that helps your liver as well.
So liver, if you want to do like, there's rosemary, is a nice gentle liver, herb. There's lots of, even just over the counter, just greens. Do
And
your
dandelion tea.
dandelion tea. Yeah, do your
Yeah,
fiber.
yeah. You've got a
Fiber.
poo. Yeah.
Yes. Wendy, using the gloves over my tummy makes my uterus drop. I can feel it. Okay.
Ah,
All right. So drop back to where it should be or drop out of place?
down.
Down. Okay. I haven't heard of that before. Has anybody else had that type of experience? Like, I love hearing this new stuff. Um, I don't know why.
No.
No. Wendy, I don't know. Can you please just let us know if you find out, please? Um, Tracy said, just go for it. I'm cool. You can talk about my personal stuff. Ox bile salts cancel out the good gut protocol. Ox bile salts. Is that
I
liver?
don't know. I
I
don't know
don't.
that one, do you?
Sue Ellen, you've got me on that one, babe.
Yeah.
Um, Adriana, I've got an appointment with an allergy doctor coming up in regards to rashes and itchiness I've been having, but wondering if an acupuncturist, Chinese medicine. Please look at doing the hair test and find out if it's something that you're eating.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, yes, that's what I would definitely do, the hair test as well for that.
Yeah.
Ange, do you do online consults?
We do. Just jump on Womb to World, and we have an online section there that you can book an appointment. I am very hands-on. I like to touch your body and feel what's happening in your pulse and feel through your neck and feel through your tummy. But if you have had blood work done, I can go through that as well. Or we have an amazing naturopath that we can recommend as well who can do online consultations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I took zinc daily for about 5 months. Is it generally okay now to take zinc every second day? We normally give your body like a more of a like month break, but we can't tell. We're only just guessing. Like they normally say that the thing is to take zinc for 3 months and then have a break from it
Yeah.
after that. But do you have pyrols? Like, what are you an overmethylator? Like, there's all different
Yeah.
questions that we have to ask when it comes to zinc, too. Sorry, just quickly, face brushing. Any time of the day, yes. What is the best time to use the gloves, morning or evening? So when you're using your gloves, find out if you feel more energized or if you feel relaxed or how you feel when you're doing it. It's mainly whenever you have time. And if you can do it morning and night, that would be great. Like in the morning, do it all invigorating, and then at nighttime, a slower. Add in your breath, add in the nurturing of your cream too. But it's honestly whenever you can fit it in. Just use them. Use your gloves and then find out what is your body telling you. When does it like you to do your brushing? Sue Ellen, make sure you take the God, what is it called? Enzymes, please. Yes. Okay. Oh, and then we've just put Angela's website in. It's just to have you with Trace, like why you shouldn't be taking things for long term. Same with like iron. Is anybody taking an iron supplement? When you take iron, you never take it the same iron or the same time every day, because if you're giving your body something all of the time, it then won't make it, because it looks and goes, does the assessment. And it's like, oh, there's heaps of iron turning up from somewhere. I don't need to make it. So if you're taking iron, if you're taking supplement like different things, it's really important to change it up. So then your body has to keep on making it. So if you, for example, if you're taking iron, have iron in the morning one day, and then the next day have it at night. The next time have double. Then the next day have none. So and have two different brands, which will have different like one will have
Compounds.
vitamin C, and then one will have like different things in it, so help with different pathways. So never take like anything for too long, because then it stops your body from doing the work itself. Does that make sense?
If you think of your body as a computer system, you've got to upload things different times and different energies for it to keep realizing what it needs to change in its system and its program. It needs to be challenged, essentially, as well. And you do need to test to make sure that you're not overtaking supplements as well, making sure that you're not having too much iron, because that can cause detrimental effects to your body as well. So we do need to use some Western medicine to make sure that we're getting the right nutrients and that we don't have too much or too little of anything as
Yeah.
well.
That we're assimilating and being able to use it, because if you have too much of something, it's going to cancel out something else
Yeah.
as well. Having surgery with general anesthetic soon. What can I do to help my body with the effects after? Type 1 diabetic here.
Yeah, the gloves are brilliant. Um, Chelsea's mentioned NAC. That has a really good detoxifier for your body and helps clear things out. Um, Singing, I'm going to go back with taking big deep breaths in, and your diaphragm moving up and down will actually help your liver detox as well. A natural approach is also just lemon in water, warm water in the morning will actually help detoxify. Magnesium salt bars or Chelsea's magnesium spray on the soles of your feet will help you detoxify as well. I love the creams. I'm using it morning and night. Just to help my body move things through as well. So magnesium is your friend topically. Your skin is your largest organ. It absorbs things, but it helps you then process and clean out as well. Do you have any other things you would recommend,
Uh,
Chelsea?
vitamin C,
Okay.
always vitamin C. It's a good clean out. You want to be able to get your bowels working, moving, and get everything that vitamin C. I would just OD on vitamin D and vitamin C. That's what I did. Yeah. And acetylcysteine, NAC. And then see your kinesiologist. Yes, definitely. Constipation with iron. Change the brand.
Yeah.
She's probably on a brand that's the GP has said to get. So please, yeah, go to a naturopath. We've got an iron chewable, BioClinic do a chewable iron tablet when there's no issues with constipation. So yeah, change the brand. I'm loving the gloves, using morning and night for about 1 month. Huge improvements. Thank you, Em. Legs are starting to feel aching at night when I try to get to sleep. Should I only do the tough half of my body in the evening? Oh, no. I think you should keep on doing the gloves all over your body all of the time. So everything is moving. You know, we
Apply
know,
the magnesium cream too. That sounds a bit like restless legs.
yes, yes.
Mm.
So I was going to suggest, yeah, definitely magnesium um, as well. Magnesium is needed for 400 different enzyme actions in your body. It's super, super important. Maybe you're detoxing more, and the body is needing that magnesium to help your body get rid of all of you know, the crap that's there. I would never stop detoxing. Don't put the lid back on once you're letting it flow. Like help your body as much as you can with that salts, minerals. Like minerals are so important. So here, have a look at minerals and your magnesium. So Tracy's going to change it up, and then she takes prednisolone 10 mil every morning. The body doesn't make cortisol. Lungs,
Yeah.
surgery. How are you still alive, woman? Wow. Ended up with insomnia. Endo said could happen. How many Chinese people did you kill in your past life? Seriously. Like, wow. Good on you for keeping on going and searching and sharing like all of this. Like super, super proud of you, darling. Yeah. Sam, thank you, ladies. Learning so much. Please come back. Fiona, not all pelvic PTs are good. So she went for 5 months. Yes, so fly to Sydney. Go and see Sujana with me. Nick, I used the cream all over my body after my shower this morning for the first time. It's amazing. You are very welcome, babe. Yay. From Facebook. Calcium, not caltrate. We do not recommend caltrate. We don't recommend chalk. We recommend greens. So try to have as much greens as you can for your calcium. Try to get a lot of your nutrients from food. I know that it's impossible. It is actually impossible. You cannot get all your nutrients from food because our soil is dead, right? Um, do you have a calcium that you recommend, Ange?
I like one that has vitamin K2 in it and some vitamin D. So you have the precursors that actually help you get that into your body. You don't want to take a straight calcium. It needs those other compounds for our body to absorb. So I have one that I particularly like. So don't buy anything from a pharmacy that's really well marketed. Generally, you want a practitioner brand is the best advice I can give anyone.
Absolutely. Yeah, look at the excipients
Yeah.
in when it comes to them. Fiona said, "Thank you so much for doing these lives. Very kind and thoughtful. Thanks, babe." Amanda, maltofer,
Yeah,
maltofer.
multiple. Yeah, it's
It's
an
an
iron
iron
tablet over the
tablet.
counter.
Okay, doesn't cause constipation. Need to get the cream. Yes, grounding sheets with silver thread and grounding mats. Karen, so our harmonizing mats, you might see we're excited about releasing our harmonizing mats. We use our pulsed electromagnetic therapy, the PEMF, on our mats. Like Ange, you also use our compression
Yep.
in your work at work as
Yeah.
well at your clinic
Hmm.
too. But yeah, grounding. I've
Yeah.
heard great things. I use linen sheets, and yeah, grounding. I've heard amazing things. Once again, I think you have to find the right ones.
Yes. Yeah.
Can anybody recommend a brand of grounding sheets? Chuck it in the chat. I've been using the gloves for 2 months. Oops, where are we? I've been using the gloves for 2 months and have been sick with cold-like symptoms twice, and I don't usually get sick. Yes, Paula. That's what
So
we're
good. Sorry, Paula, but it's good.
that makes us smile. Um,
Yes.
all these the toxins, the mess, like parasites moving, when everything is moving and shifting, it's like we're shaking a rug that has been used and abused, and you haven't used a really great vacuum to shake it up. So your body's been great at keeping you um, keeping you alive and healthy by putting the toxins off to the side. And now we're bringing those all out because I think if you can bring them out earlier, the better, and flushing it all. So yeah, babe, I'm sorry, but that's the side effect. Who would have thought that just brushing your body with the gloves in a certain sequence is going to unlock all of those hidden nasties that could have been there for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You know, it's pretty cool. Let's get it all out. Oh, thank you, Mads. Has just added Sujana's website there in the harmonizing mats. Trace, I have the harmonizing mat, grounding. Oops, she's got the lot. Use my compression suit, gloves, and harmonizing mat, grounding mattress protector. I have them on my chair on the floor. Clint Ober, he's the goat. We got to go to him. Clint Ober. Thank you, Adriana. Is it okay if I have no side effects after brushing? Am I doing something wrong? No, it doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong at all. If you do know that your health is compromised, that you aren't well, and you might be a toxic person, your body just might be waiting for the right time to let things go. Do you agree, Ange?
I do. And sometimes things just are a bit slow to move. Chelsey, you've been using the gloves for how many years now? And you sometimes, yeah, you sometimes get symptoms, sometimes you
All the
don't,
time.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know if I
So,
travel, if I go on a plane,
yeah,
and if I go to a different country, and if I'm eating different foods and things, I'm then going to have a detox afterwards too. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But if you're a bit slow to start, I don't think you're doing something wrong. I just think you might just be what we call a slow responder, and we're just waiting. Your body's just, as Chelsey said, a little bit of time for it to release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful Shay. I've used premium grounding mats, but I have the harmonizing mat and only need to use the harmonizing mat now. Yes, and Catherine, mwah, hello, my love. Just purchased the harmonizing mat as well. Yes, so love the mats. Love the mats. All right, I think we've answered a lot, Ange.
We
Thank you so
have.
much.
Thank
No,
you.
but that's what we're here for, guys. So if there's any questions that you have, Angela is in boob camp as well, so you can keep on asking some questions in there. If anything comes to you at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, when you're having a hot flush or you're heading off to the toilet for the 10th time during the night, who knows? There might be some ideas that you've come up with and you want to share. So thank you so much, Angela, because there is no point us keeping all of this wisdom in our heads, is it?
No, that's right. It's to be shared. And I love helping people. It's one of my biggest passions. So, apart from sharing acupuncture and Chinese medicine, if there's anything I can do, just sing out and let me know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everybody in Facebook and in Zooms. This will wrap up the 3 nights of boob camp. So, night 1 was the night I got my clothes off. Night 2, could you tell I was a little bit tired last night? I actually had a nap before I started my live. So I got home from work at 5:30, and then I set my alarm from 5:30 to 6:45, and I had a sleep before boob camp last night. And then I woke up and I looked at my phone because I had it on like silence and everything. It's okay, 6:45. I thought it was 6:45 in the morning. And then I was like, no, it's not in the morning. I've got to do boob camp. Oh, I've got to wake up and get myself ready. So yeah, I was a little bit flat last night, but I'm just going to be honest with you to say, yeah, I did have a little bit of a nap. And then yeah, all of this lovely information tonight, and you know, you do forget things. So this is a really great reminder, Ange, isn't it?
Mm.
For women, one, to know there are other health professionals out there that you can go to who are going to listen. I think
Yeah.
that's the big takeaway from tonight is about communicating, sharing, how you're feeling with others and talking, because you can talk through and get your own answers a lot, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what are your takeaways tonight, ladies? Pop it in the chat bot. What's your takeaway for tonight? Because it's great for us to know what that is. What's something, a little note that you can write to yourself and put on the fridge? Be gentle, be kind, smile, laugh, like laugh. That's a
Yeah.
great one, Ange.
Yeah.
Remember,
And love your liver.
love your liver. We did get a little
Yeah,
bit liverish,
we
talking
did.
about the liver tonight. Yes, I love that, Em. Yeah, love my liver. Be kind to
Yeah.
ourselves. Keep going. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, would never have known. Beautiful. Yep. So yeah, that wraps up our 3 nights of boob camp. I love doing this with you. Please come and see any of my live events if I am near you. We're starting a giveaway. We're starting, we've got some prizes and we're starting a giveaway competition in the next 2 weeks, which I'm really excited to share with you all. So keeping an eye out for more information coming soon with that, because we're all about supporting community, and this is our opportunity to support local community groups, and that I would love you to be a part of with me, okay? Because this is what for us to reach 5 million women, I need all of you to be part of this. So thank you, Ange. I know that you're in big time with me. We've both jumped in to help women as much as we can across the country. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.